Module 5, hey, welcome. Search media traffic. Let's talk about this thing. Let's dive into this. It'll be, I don't think it's gonna be a really long module. I wanted to get the strategy across to you. This is really cool stuff. This is not necessarily for complete beginners. I would encourage you to, get your feet wet with some other traffic sources that we're discussing here in this particular course. Hopefully you're learning a lot, by now, but you're only at module 5, so we've still got a lot that we're going to be discussing here. And you might have noticed that a lot of the stuff we're talking about here is not your traditional, cliche kind of, stuff that everybody's talking about. I'm like, you approach marketing from a little bit of a different angle. When everybody's going this direction, you can go with everybody else, but if you're going with everybody else, you better stand out, right? If you don't stand out, forget about succeeding. But typically what I want to do is everybody's going this direction, and I can still go here and outcool everybody, but then when they're bending in this direction here, I will go here. See what I'm saying? So you can be in multiple places at the same time, running traffic, siphoning traffic, and so the strategy here is a little bit out of the box thinking, a little bit creative here. And the main thing is once you get into some of these tactics here or strategies, deploy some of these campaigns, it's not as difficult as most people think it would be. You know what I mean? So have fun with it, play around with this. The biggest thing I can tell you about search media traffic is don't spend a lot of money on this. Limit your budget, which you can do that with every campaign. I'll show you, I'll give you a little guide here in just a moment here. Here's what we're talking about, okay? So let's get back into this thing. So what we're going to talk about is, here we are, module 5. So we're going to be talking about how to get in front of massive amounts of hungry prospects desperately searching for what you have. Let me show you an example of it, right? So this used to be really popular, and I used to do a lot of this kind of stuff back in the days, when I was building out my business. So I started out as, tapping into other people's lists, and we covered a lot of that in the 24-hour traffic media module, a lot of those strategies. However, then I discovered Google, right? And Google AdWords was super easy to use back then. They welcomed everybody else. It was fairly new platform back then. So they were just like, hey, run a campaign with us. We'll get you, to number 1 page, number 1 spot, or number 3 spot within like minutes. I could run a campaign on Google AdWords, and I would be on number, like in the top 3 spots in 15 minutes. Really easy. And then, the more they grew, the more people started to market on Google AdWords, then they changed their algorithm. So people that depended on that traffic source alone, and I was in that boat myself, we woke up one day and found ourselves completely wiped out. Nobody can afford to run traffic because it's like $10 per click, right? And obviously you're not going to run a campaign paying $10 for every single click. So that's why I started to diversify. Right, and so the stuff I'm teaching you here in this course, Internet Traffic Mastery, is different strategies for getting traffic. So once you have, several strategies working for you, you have traffic coming from all these different directions. You're not ever dependent on any one particular source, and besides, you don't want to depend on anything that's 1 in business. This is the worst number in business is 1, right? You don't want to depend on 1 income stream, 1 traffic source, anything that's 1. 1 subscriber, 1 client, anything that's 1 is a bad idea, right? So you want to have multiple channels of whatever it is that you're doing coming your way. Okay, so here's what I mean by this. Now Google actually, because I did that big Google slap, right now they're pretty hungry for new advertisers. I'll tell you, with the Facebook coming around, everybody's going to Facebook pay-per-click, right? Everybody's doing these other latest and greatest strategies for pay-per-click and whatnot. YouTube ads is pretty popular right now. So Google AdWords, right, they're competing with Facebook big time. They're like, they're 2 completely separate platforms. So Google owns YouTube, right? Facebook owns Instagram. So these are 2 gorillas fighting for business, right? So it's good for us because we can play both of those games. However, Google right now is a lot more lenient than they were just a few years ago, right? Just a few years ago, they were just like, they didn't care at all about advertisers. Guys like myself who would run campaigns on them, they didn't care about it. It's all about customer experience. It's still that. It's all about customer experience. However, they'll be more than happy to take your money. They'll be more than happy to work with you. They did not provide phone numbers before. Like, you could not get a hold of anybody from Google. back in the days. Right now, their phone number is clearly displayed when you run your or start your AdWords campaign. Their phone number is at the very top. They encourage you to call them. They'll be walking you through this thing. They'll give you an account manager, account representative. Any questions you have, they'll work with you. Same with Facebook. Facebook is adjusting their game as well. So it's fun stuff. So here's what we're going to do. Let me give you an example how this works. Okay. So let's say I go to Google. You've probably done this before. And let's say I want to say, how to play a guitar. Okay. How to play a guitar. Just random keyword here, right? Or random search, how to play a guitar. Boom, see this right here? The first search, it's got a little ad next to it. This is Google AdWords right here. That's what I'm talking about. So what you can do is with the right ad, with the right keyword, right? So what you can do is you can bid on terms, okay? So for example, if you were to sell guitar training lessons or something like that, right? And if somebody was to go and search how to play a guitar, let's put it like this, right? If I am your potential prospect, or if I am somebody who is looking for training on how to play guitar, if I wanted to learn how to play guitar, right? And if I go to Google and if I type in this keyword and you show up here, do you think that I am your targeted prospect? Do you think that I'm a hot prospect for whatever it is that you're bidding on? All right? You better believe I am. All right? I mean, I'm going to Google and I'm searching for what you can potentially sell. You see what I'm saying? Now, these guys right here are flat out, this is a wrong strategy right here, right? Only $9.99 a month if you stick with the premium. Who cares, dude? Like, all of a sudden, immediately you're trying to sell me on a premium. This is a bad strategy right here. I'll tell you this. Try out, this company has to offer. You're trying to sell me right here. This is a bad strategy. Okay, bad strategy. At least in my book, I don't think I would go. I mean, if you're, unless you're like Apple or something like that, like huge giant company. Here's an ad as well. Okay, learn how to play guitar, free online guitar lessons. Okay, now you tell me which one would you click? Would you click where it says, hey, $9.99 a month if you stick with premium, or would you click for the free online guitar lessons? See what I'm saying? Remember in Module 1 we talked about it's not about the product, it's about the offer, right? Again, this is going to be a different lesson for different conversations, for different training. I just wanted to show you the idea here of how this works in action, okay? With this particular strategy, I don't want to kind of date this training. I want to talk about the strategy here. Now, if you are somebody who wants to explore this deeper, we will be running, like currently, I'll tell you this, at the time of me shooting this video, we're not running any pay-per-click campaigns on AdWords right now for our products. We revamped our company, we will revamp a lot of our product lines, so we will be starting a lot of campaigns. We'll be doing massive pay-per-click campaigns for our products, and so what I'll be doing to give you the most potent training on this kind of stuff, because I don't want to just talk to you about theory. Like I'll show you the strategy here, and this is very, very simple. You can get into this, you can play with this right now. However, as I'm starting to run my campaigns, what I'll do is for the ITM Elite members, you'll be able to watch as I set up a campaign, as I optimize my ads, as I tweak my ads, what I'm running, where I'm running to, what kind of offers I select. So that would be like the most current, the most accurate, ongoing kind of training, and it will not fit in like a one webinar or one video. It will be like an ongoing educational kind of thingy. So we're gonna reserve that for ITM Elite members, customers. If you would like to check it out, feel free whenever that's available. But that's the strategy at work. So basically, your idea is to get in front of people who are searching for the keyword that you have. Okay. Searching for the keyword that you have. So for example, if I put in a keyword, how to play a guitar, all right, and I just click into this search box, see, Google gives me other relevant keywords based on popularity, okay? So how to play guitar for beginners. So if I really want to specify my target market, so if I want to say, hey, I'm only going to do this for beginners, or advanced marketers, right? Acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass guitar, right? What kind of guitar, what are you teaching? You can be very, very specific on that kind of stuff. Okay, how to train your dog. Okay, see if I put how to train your dog, and then you can be more specific. This is what's called a long-tailed keyword. Okay, so you've got like almost like a phrase that you can bid on instead of like how to train your dog or like keyword dog, which will get you tons and tons of searches. You can be a lot more specific depending on what it is that you are doing, what you have. See, how to train your dog can have a lot of different subcategories. How to train your dog to hunt. Okay, so if you have training for dogs that can be turned into hunting dogs, how to train your dog to sit, how to not to bark, how to stay, how to come, right? How not to bite, how to be a therapy dog, how not to jump, how to roll over. All these different things that people are searching for. And right now, Google is got so smart that it will tell you exactly the most popular keywords for that particular parent, phrase or whatever, however you want to look at it. Based on what you typed in. Does that make sense? So what I can do is, let's say if I wanted to run a campaign on how to train your dog, if I had a dog training, manual or giveaway or a product or a report or a video or whatever it is that I want to, whatever I want to give away to bring people into my site, because ultimately, here's my strategy for this, okay? What I want to do is I want to go, all right, people are searching for Google or people are searching on Google, okay? And they got all these results here. Let's say this is my ad. Okay, I want people to click on the ad and I want them to go where? Get on my list. Okay, I can do that this is my landing page. Now this can be a longer form landing page. Google will not necessarily allow you to run short form landing pages. We're going to talk about it, as you can see when you see me running ad campaigns. But the easiest thing to do is when you are starting your AdWords campaign, the easiest thing to do is just contact Google. That will get you the most accurate information. Be like, hey guys, here's my landing page I'm trying to run, or here's a site I'm trying to run. Is this compliant, is it not compliant? So they'll tell you, they'll give you the feedback on it, which is really cool. They did not used to do that before. Anyway, so my strategy is to get people on my list, okay, give them a report. They can opt in, okay, to get the report. As soon as they opt in, they got on my list, they get redirected, and they get their thing that they're asking for, okay? Get the free thing. Okay, that's kind of the model. Now, I siphon people, if essentially people that are searching on search engine, okay, Google, the biggest one out there. There's another one called Bing. Okay, there's another one. There were some third-party search engines that we're going to talk about. Well, actually, we're not going to talk about. Well, we're going to talk about, but they're not relevant no more. Right now, so it's not worth talking about. Like Seven Search used to be around; they're not around no more. They're not accepting advertisers. There were other ones, but Bing and Google would be the two ones that we're going to discover. Take a look at here. But this is the basic strategy. Okay, siphoning people from here, getting them what they're looking for. This is the thing you want to advertise, not your product. Okay, you get on your list, they get the thing. You can redirect them to whatever product that it is that you're selling. You can also email them, talk about this kind of thing. Now, your free thing that you give them away, that can serve as a sales piece as well. If it's a report, what's a report? It's a fancy sales letter, right? Provides value. At the end, there's a call to action going here. So I'm saying if it's a video, value, 80% value, 20% pitch, take them to whatever it is that you are trying to sell them. But now they're on your list. Does that make sense? So simple strategy doesn't like, it's not complicated. Like a lot of people complicate this thing just because they think, oh my goodness, it's a Google, it's it's a giant thingy. It's a big gorilla, yeah, but don't get intimidated by it, because what you can do is you can set your budget to daily or whatever. So what I'm going to do here in the next video, we're going to take a look at how simple it is for you to create a Google AdWords account, and I'll show you how to do it. Right? I'll see you in the video session number 1.